Egypt is a wonder-building powerhouse that utilizes navigable rivers better than anyone else and has their own unique great people. Throughout this video, I'll show you how to build wonders in 10 turns, turn navigable rivers into yield monsters, and then build a defensive army to protect your settlements from even the strongest threats. Egypt begins the game near a desert and a navigable river. The desert terrain grants them with extra production and gold, allowing them to build their infrastructure and bank, while navigable rivers can provide extra food for early growth. Egypt's unique ability, Gifts of Osiris, gives them increased production on navigable rivers, allowing for a production-heavy start for your cities. Egypt will want to continue this momentum by settling near more navigable rivers while keeping them defended from any attackers sailing upstream. Egypt's first unique civic is Arrival of Hapi, unlocking the Mortuary Temple unique building, which provides gold and bonus happiness near navigable rivers. Your units will also be able to move through minor rivers without their turn ending. This is pretty significant since the scout, who's able to move through most turn-ending terrain, cannot move through minor rivers without ending their turn. Arrival of Hapi will allow you to scout around minor rivers easier, and will also allow you to avoid or catch up to enemies by freely running through minor rivers while they get caught behind. Also unlocked here is the tradition Akhet, which increases food on navigable rivers. This pairs very nicely with Gifts of Osiris, providing production. Food and production are the two most important yields for growing an early city, and being guaranteed both from navigable rivers with this tradition will make the initial city growing all the more easier. Their unique civic is Scales of Anubis, unlocking the Mastaba, a culture building that gets gold adjacency near desert. Desert is another one of Egypt's start biases in addition to navigable rivers, making it easy to combine their unique buildings to get their adjacency bonuses, and to form their unique quarter, the Necropolis, providing gold every time a wonder is completed in that city. This pairs nicely with the tradition unlocked here, Riches of the Duat, which increases production towards wonders. Wonders are one of the most impactful and powerful infrastructure that you can build, providing huge yields and bonuses, but the only problem with building them is their opportunity cost, since it takes so much production to build, and there's a chance for the wonder to be stolen from you at the last minute from someone else building it across the map. Riches of the Duat will allow you to build more wonders quicker, making it great for completing the Culture Legacy path, which requires building 7 wonders. And since it's a tradition, you'll keep this ability for the rest of the game, cementing you as the civilization of wonders. Not to mention that with an Necropolis, you'll get extra gold for each wonder, which you could put forward towards purchasing buildings or units that you weren't producing instead. Completing Scales of Anubis will also make it so your unique unit, the Medjay, generates gold when stationed in a settlement you own. Medjays are an infantry unit that gets increased combat strength in friendly territory, and this is doubled when stationed in an owned settlement. This makes Medjays excellent for defending your settlement, making it much more difficult for others to take what's yours. And since you'll probably have Medjays stationed in settlements for the defense, the extra gold will help you boost your economy. Finally, Egypt's last unique civic is Light of Amun-Ra, increasing gold on the palace, increasing your settlement limit, unlocking the Kemet tradition, and allowing you to build the Pyramids Wonder. Free gold on your palace is always a good thing because of how flexible it is, and the settlement limit increase likewise is also always good, allowing you to expand more easily. The Kemet tradition increases culture on navigable rivers, making it good for filling out the civic tree and pairing nicely with Egypt's unique ability and Akhet tradition. The Pyramids Wonder must be built on a desert adjacent to a navigable river, which should be easy enough for Egypt with their start bias. After being built, the pyramids will provide increased gold and production on minor and navigable river tiles in the city. This means that with all of Egypt's other abilities that boost navigable rivers, they can provide you with production, food, culture, more production, and gold. A crazy combination of impactful yields. To make the most out of your Pyramids Wonder, you'll of course want to build in the city with the most navigable river tiles, which will most likely, but not always, be your capital. Finally, let's talk about Egypt's most interesting quality, the unique civilian unit, the Tejadi. The Tejadi can be thought of as a unique great person that only Egypt can produce. They can only be built in cities with a necropolis. The Tejadi you get is random from 10 possible units. Each Tejadi can only be received once, and the cost of building them increases for each Tejadi you've earned. Let's begin by looking at Amhos, Tahotep, and Nebet. Amhos adds culture to your palace, a simple but always useful bonus for filling out the civic tree. Tahotep will grant a free codex called the Maxims of Tahotep, which grants increased science. Similar to the extra culture, extra science is always helpful for filling out the civic tree, but because codices give you an extra point along the science legacy path, I would value this higher than Amhos's extra culture. Nebit will immediately trigger a celebration when activated on a necropolis. Celebrations are great for giving you bonuses based on your government, the best of which for Egypt in my opinion being Classical Republic's 15% production increase towards wonders. This makes it great for timing it right before you start producing a wonder. Additionally, celebrations will also give you an additional policy slot. Consider pairing this with Riches of the Duat for even more wonder production. Next, let's look at Kai and Apparel, who grant medjays and chariots respectively, both with increased combat strength. Both of these are great for increasing the size of your army. The medjays would probably be best suited for defending your settlements, while the chariots would be best for attacking other settlements. Ramos and Usariman can both be activated on a wonder to add yields to them. Ramos will add gold, and Usariman will add culture. Wonders are already plenty powerful as it is, but why not make them even more valuable? Finally, we have the Tajadis, Passer, who adds a small amount of production to a wonder, Himwenu, who adds a medium amount of production, and Imhotep, who adds the largest amount of production between the three of them. This will allow you to build your wonders even faster, ensuring no one's able to steal them from you while you're producing them, or allowing you to steal wonders from others. Overall, Egypt is a monster when it comes to building wonders. They get the most bonuses towards constructing them of any Antiquity Age civilization, and get strongly rewarded for doing so too. They also have the ability to defend themselves from others trying to take their wonders with medjays that are adept at defending home settlements. Egypt will want to settle near every navigable river in sight to make the most out of their unique ability and traditions. Just be sure to keep yourself defended from others sailing up said rivers. Now let's talk about some leaders that pair nicely with Egypt. By far the leader that synergizes the best with Egypt is Hatshepsut, who led Egypt in real life. Hatshepsut increases production towards wonders and buildings in cities adjacent to navigable rivers, and gets culture for every imported resource. If you want to make Egypt an even bigger wonder powerhouse, she's the way to go. She also has a starting bias towards navigable rivers and desert, making it all the more likely you'll be able to fully utilize your bonuses. With the right combination of bonuses under Hatshepsut, I estimate that you could get up to a 60 to 65% production increase towards producing wonders. This is a difference between completing a wonder that might normally take 20 turns and as little as 13 turns. Combine this with Imhotep or similar great people to bring it down to as low as 10 turns. But if filling your cities with wonders on every other tile doesn't sound appealing to you, then perhaps you might enjoy leading Egypt with Amina. She provides extra resource capacity in your cities, extra gold for each resource assigned in said cities, and gets +5 combat strength on all units in plains and desert. This will allow you to focus more on the economic legacy path by acquiring and assigning resources, and the extra combat strength can help you with taking over cities with desirable land and then easily defending it with your medjays. Alternatively, Augustus can be an interesting choice if you want to focus on having a production-heavy capital supported by towns, allowing you to put more production towards wonders, buildings, and units. But let's be honest, Hatshepsut is the true queen of the Nile River. So what do you think of Egypt's abilities, and how would you play them? Let me know, and for more Civilization 7 content, click here to learn about Rome's military might, or click here to watch a different video. Until then, see you in the next age.